Hello guys, how you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly and welcome back to another video. Now today I decided it has been a while since we've actually sat down like this in this kind of format and talked about football, and in particular it's been a while since we've talked about transfers, and the transfer window has been going a little bit more mad than I thought it was going to go this summer, to be honest. With everything happening over the last year and a half, COVID related and all that kind of stuff, I kind of did think transfers might be at a minimum this summer because maybe players don't want to move, or maybe clubs don't have the kind of transfer budgets that they would have had in previous years due to the amount of money that they would have lost throughout the year with the pandemic going on and all that kind of crack. But to be fair, the transfer window hasn't really disappointed so far. And with only a couple of weeks left in it and only just under 2 weeks until the Premier League season begins, it's only going to get better from here. We're going to start off with Manchester United then, and they have had a very active summer transfer window. These transfers are old news now at this point, these two transfers in particular, but they have completed the double signing of Jadon Sancho and Raphael Varane. Now, these are two fantastic signings. They can't really say at this point, United, that they haven't been backed by their owners, which is a common claim fans have had about Manchester United in recent times. Starting off with Sancho then, he is a quality player, one that I have a lot of admiration for. He's got a lot of skill, a lot of trickery, he's quick, he's a good finisher as well. He's a really good all-round winger that Manchester United have, but is he a player that I think United necessarily needed? Probably not, but I think he's that real statement signing that they needed to really send shockwaves out. You know, they are quite blessed with wingers and overall attacking players, Manchester United, but he's a really, really good signing, Jadon Sancho. As for Raphael Varane, I think he's actually more of a player that Manchester United needed. When you look at their starting 11, I think a lot of people would have questioned them defensively over the last year or so, and certainly Raphael Varane is a player that is established in Europe. And can I just say for a second, it's so questionable from Real Madrid to just let someone like Raphael Varane go, especially when you've let Sergio Ramos go to PSG on a free. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. But like Real Madrid and Barcelona, finished clubs, like let's be honest at this point. But Varane's a really good signing. He'll fit in nicely there alongside Harry Maguire in the back four, and Man United's back four now looking very, very good indeed. If Varane can stay fit, he is a really, really good defender, really good athlete. He's quick, he's strong, can play out from the back as well, not afraid to do that at all. And Man United have really made a statement this summer with their signings. Do I think they need maybe one or two more perhaps? Maybe a midfielder, maybe a six, a holding midfielder that can do that job and do that job really well, because they've kind of piss-farted around with the likes of Fred and Matic, and McTominay is a good footballer, but is he a good six? I'm not overly sure. And yeah, look, they've spent a lot of money and now there's pressure on those players to deliver right off the bat, but they're players with high calibers. But we'll get into Manchester United and who I think will overall win the league and compete for the league this season in my Premier League predictions, probably coming next week. But now we're going to move into one of the biggest stories of the transfer window so far, and it's Harry Kane, obviously trying to force a move out of Tottenham Hotspur. This is the most recent news today. Actually, he has missed training for Tottenham for the second day in a row, and he is kind of, I think, panicking himself at this point because he's seen that how heavily linked Manchester City have been to Jack Grealish. Obviously, the rumours have been that Man City have agreed a £100 million deal for Jack Grealish, which would absolutely smash their previous transfer record. Harry Kane has probably seen this and gone, shit, okay, they're not going to be able to afford both me and Jack Grealish, so I've got to try and force this through, lads. Is it unprofessional? I mean, yes, but we've seen it done before, haven't we? Like, people trying to force through transfers. And for Harry Kane, you know, he is panicking at this point, and I can see why. He needs to get himself out of Tottenham Hotspur, and he's needed to probably do that for the last couple of years, to be quite honest with you. He's at a very pivotal point in his career now where he's coming into his absolute prime. He needs to start winning trophies, and I feel like if he doesn't leave Tottenham this summer, it's bins for him. It's absolutely bins. And City is the ideal move for him. Obviously, Aguero has just left there. Even though I would argue Pep doesn't even play with an out-and-out number 9, if you like. We've seen it so many times in the previous season with Manchester City that, you know, they play with a De Bruyne, a Foden, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez. You know, a lot of people have been able to play that position. Ferran Torres, when it's been asked of him as well. Would it really be a good fit for Manchester City? I do think Pep would make an exception. If he signs Harry Kane, he's going to play him as a centre forward, isn't he? But yeah, it's a really sticky one for Harry Kane to get out of, because he signed a long-term contract with Tottenham a couple of seasons ago. He's still very much in contract. He needs to be turning up to training for Tottenham, or he will be fined, as he is being fined at the minute. But I can also see where he's coming from in the sense that he needs to get himself out with Spurs, because when's the next time Spurs are going to win a trophy? Like, they've had their best chance to win a trophy in a long time in the previous season, losing the Carabao Cup final. They've lost the Champions League final. They're, not to shit on them too much, but Tottenham are specialists in failure. Like, they just are. Not to quote Jose Mourinho or anything, but like, they just are, and you can't argue that. Harry Kane loves Tottenham. Tottenham fans love Harry Kane, but it's got to get to a point now. He needs to get himself out there if he wants to really be remembered as one of the greats. And I know that sounds harsh, because Harry Kane is a terrific player, terrific goal scorer. He's been in the Premier League, but you look at some of the best strikers down the years, they've won stuff, they've won trophies with their team. Yeah, individual awards are absolutely brilliant, but you look at your Thierry Henrys, Alan Shearer, Wayne Rooney, Didier Drogba, you know, these legends of the league. And Harry Kane will be a legend of the league regardless, because of the amount of goals he scored, but people will always have that thing looking back on it. How many team trophies did he win? And if the answer is 0 for Harry Kane, that's what will separate him from the greats from the GOATs, if that makes sense. I'm going to move on to my team Chelsea then to end the video, and we have just had a €100 million offer, including Marcos Alonso, rejected by Inter Milan for Romelu Lukaku. And obviously the biggest transfer stories regarding Chelsea this summer have been surrounding, oh, will Chelsea get a striker? They need a striker. Timo Werner's not going to cut it next season. And absolutely, I get those arguments, like, what, 100%. The biggest link that Chelsea have had has been with Erling Haaland. And that sounds even a little bit ridiculous to say that, but Chelsea are European champions. We should be able to pick from the best in the world, and right now Erling Haaland is definitely in the top 3 centre forwards in world football, you'd have to say. And you know, the added factor with Haaland is if he stays this summer, he can then leave next summer for like 60 million or something like that. So here's the question: if you're Chelsea, do you just bring out the big bucks, absolutely smash your transfer record to get this generational talent in Erling Haaland, or do you wait another 12 months, try and get him for 60 mil, but risk the possibility of a Man City or a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid or somebody else coming in and snatching Erling Haaland off your toes? Because that is very possible. Because if Erling Haaland is up for grabs for 60 million next summer, you know there's going to be so many clubs lining up to get his signature. It's a sticky one. It really is a sticky one, and I don't know what. I think Romelu Lukaku, don't get me wrong, is a terrific striker. He's proven at the top level, especially in the Premier League. But if you sign Lukaku this summer, does that hinder the possibility of you signing a better talent and someone who's younger and has more life in them? I'm not saying more life in them, that just sounds awful. Do you risk not signing Erling Haaland next summer if you bring in Lukaku now? That's the question I ask. Like, Lukaku would be a terrific signing, and I do think he's someone that, if you bring him in, would guarantee you goals. And I think that's all Chelsea are away from really contending for the title, is someone who's going to get you 20 plus goals a season. And that is something I think Lukaku would guarantee you. The opposite side of the coin is, do you wait a year and sign Haaland next summer? A lot of Chelsea fans have been bringing up the possibility of waiting it out, waiting the 12 months, getting Haaland, trying to get Haaland for 60 million next summer, and just trying to play Kai Havertz in the 9 this summer, or this season. Which, you know, I'm not particularly against. You know, Kai Havertz has proven on the biggest stage of them all that he's a goal scorer. He's well able to finish. He's got good composure. You know, he can finish with his right or left. He's good in his head as well. You know, he's a big lad. I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Right, lads, that's where I'm going to wrap it up. If you'd like to see any more transfer videos like this, let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you later. I've been trying to find a way to make